Okay, I've been carrying on with the HomeCode Hub site development, changed up a few things, a little bit of styling, getting this to fit nicely, changed some wording here, life's better with, and then it just goes through this with a set timeouts. Under education over here, that's still looking about the same. Under the education blog, managed to get it working where we're able to sort through all of the posts, which is just really cool and quite handy. I think they've got their own implementation for that, but I ended up just writing a little algorithm for that. What I also did, and this is where I spent most of my time just mega frustrated, was, okay, this all displays very nicely, happy with that. The more posts you'll love at the bottom over here. So if I swap over to VS Code over here, let me see if I got it open still. Is that the homepage? No, yeah, here we go. Let's get to this component. Oh no, here we go, under the slug. So this is dynamic. What this will do is when we're on the index for the blog page, then you follow the Nuxt link to wherever it is. So here you can see to blog / whatever the slug is. Oh no, whatever the slug is for whichever post, which comes from the content posts over here. And that's great, and that's absolutely brilliant, because then that pulls across to slug over here. And here we're able to style it, showing the Nuxt link, and then the Nuxt content. The document is post, which we pull across with the, I compacted it there. By pulling it in over here with the contents, Nuxt contents module that's been pulled in, which is absolutely brilliant, amazing. And I spent so much time stuck on this because I was trying to do it as a completely separate component. You can see I've dropped it in my unused over here. Under all posts, I was trying to pull them in, randomly pull in 3, but I just could not get it to work. Well, I managed to get it to work just over here in the local environment by using just fetch in the JavaScript, but it wasn't displaying when I deployed it to Netlify. And so I just spent hours and hours going through that and getting frustrated with that. And it turned out what it is that I can't have it as a separate component. It's got to be here under one of the pages directly. And so that's what I did, and it wasn't under there. It was here under slug. So this const post, this variable over here contains the slug line for the post, and then it pulls up under posts. It returns the current one that is supposed to be showing. So if it is something like, let's see if we still got it open over here, this one, 3 ways to see your children's understanding, then we can style this. It's just pulling this in, and then to import these over here. So the rest of the posts. That's where I just kept on getting stuck, and all that I eventually needed to do was just bring it in as well in my async function over here, and just make sure that I'm not bringing in the slug for it as well. Just posts, just fetching that. In fact, we could probably pull in, or maybe still should, optimize it a little bit with only this side over here. So we could do something like dot only, and then it's, I think, title and description and a few other things. I'll do that another time. But yeah, that'll just optimize it just a little bit better, so that we're not pulling in all of them. We're only pulling in kind of parts of those posts, which will, just help that out a little bit. Okay, so that was on the blog side. It's been very cool to get that working a little bit. I've started with, although I haven't got it all the way there yet, this search bar, which again, Nuxt content is amazing. This is there, it's ready and built. You basically just drop it in another component. So blog searching over here. So your vModeling search query, which is here in the data, empty at the moment. Articles I left in their wording, just so that it wouldn't get confused along the way. And here it is. So this articles search is a search query, and it fetches it, and it does it really nicely. So if I'm searching for something like coding, then as I do, bam, it brings it up. I haven't styled this yet. I'm still trying to figure out exactly where to put it. I could put it here up in the nav bar, but I only want it to show over here under educational blog posts. Yeah, so maybe here next to blog posts, maybe one of these over here, maybe at the bottom of the page. I don't know. If you got an idea, please do let me know. Otherwise, I'll look around, see what other people have done with that. But I just really like how easily that integrated and how nicely that works. Then I don't think we've looked at this either, the web development page over here. We've got a little animation. All of these are SVG. So they're really tiny. I mean, you saw how quickly that loads. And yeah, we are responsive. But why can't I? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it all responds very nicely. And getting the spacing for this was also just such a nightmare. And then we've got, you can see it's not looking absolutely perfect yet. Yeah. Okay, I've still got to sort that out where these examples of other sites that I've done, they're not quite looking right just yet. You can see it's not centered. That must be a margin somewhere that I've done wrong with some spacing. I think it might even have something to do with this image and the amount of space, although it doesn't look like it, does it? That's taking up. Yeah, okay, you can see that it's wrapping outside of the HTML over there. Okay, cool. Got to make sure that it pulls in. Is that really what's making it so big? Okay, so just got to have a careful look through that, and I'll see what the deal is with that. So, and then these still will go to the route that doesn't exist yet, and that is contact form. That's one of the major things that is left to do. But other than that, there really isn't a crazy amount left to do. I've still got to move all of my posts over to here. These are only a few from the current one. My current blog, which is the WordPress one, that's slow and just not great. Another kind of weird thing that I found, and I don't know if it's here as well. Let me go across to my deployments in the Netlify app over here. So I found, so here's the actual deployment of it so far. You can see how nice and quick it is. The blog takes a little bit longer to load because it's pulling across, pulling in all the content. That just looks really cool. I really like that. So you can see over here, there we go, it finally pulls that through as you get more than more will. It's pulling in 2 or 3 random posts over there. But if we lose the site, let's see, so if we just refresh the page, then it gives an error. It says page not found. Don't know why, and I've got to still figure out why. I might post Stack Overflow or see what the community has to say, maybe twiggle it. I'll just try out some things. Okay, so that's one thing to sort out. Otherwise, still just need to, I'm still thinking about doing a weblog over here. It's not that difficult to integrate. It would just be a matter of actually continuing to write it. So let's see if I do that. Otherwise, the contact form and still getting something really nice looking here past the fold. Yeah, and especially on mobile, where it's really just the top over here. What should I put over here? I want to link to maybe just the major things. Latest blog post, maybe. Latest example, I suppose, could be a cool one, or a random example. That would mean then just moving these instead of just putting them as a component, actually storing them as content as well, which is kind of interesting. Okay, I might do that. All right, so if you've got any ideas, any feedback, any ways that I can solve some of those things, any of the wording that you want to change, then please do let me know. Otherwise, that's it for now. Thanks.